Robert, Hezbollah now vowing revenge. You don't want to hear them saying that. I mean, that's not a good thing for Israel right now.
And it has certainly been a tension that has existed here in the region since October 7th, and that has been a concern that you talk to people on the ground here, that Hezbollah could be involved at some point. And people acknowledge that there is a distinction to be made between the worthiness of
All right, looks like we lost Robert Sherman there. You can imagine the signal there in Israel goes in and out sometimes. I want to go now to Richard Goldberg, though. He's the senior advisor with Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Richard, you know, Robert was starting to say there, I mean, it's becoming a tense situation. We've got a lot of things developing at once. The bombings in Iran, obviously not good, but then this situation in Lebanon and Hezbollah now basically making a threat against Israel, which, while not unusual, this still seems like an especially tense moment.
Well, obviously, there's been escalations on that northern border ever since October 7th. Let's just sort of zoom back out. Hezbollah is much larger than Hamas as a threat, 10 times larger. Their capabilities are more lethal. Their rockets are longer range. And so Israel has feared this threat for a long time. They have not done anything about it. But after October 7th, understanding that allowing a threat like Hezbollah to remain on the border, they've evacuated towns, and they basically said, we're not going to live like this anymore. Right now, we're seeing the Israelis deal with the threat in Gaza, but they're being very clear in their signaling that Hezbollah will still be the next front in this multi-front campaign. And so we saw Nasrallah's comments today in response to that targeted strike against the Hamas leader yesterday in Beirut. He didn't start a major escalation as some might have feared. He still was caveating his remarks, saying, we'll only sort of open up the full front if Israel attacks in Lebanon against Hezbollah. So still some wiggle room there for Nasrallah, but I think we shouldn't sort of confuse ourselves. This is a major threat on Israel's border, and I don't think they're going to be able to resettle the people they've evacuated until they deal with the threat.
And you mentioned multi-front. I was just jotting down, I mean, 7 fronts that I can count. You've got Syria, Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, Gaza, West Bank, Yemen. There's probably more that I didn't think of. I mean, it makes me wonder, are we about to hit a breaking point here?
Well, you're right. And so, you know, how are all these fronts connected? There's obviously one actor that pulls all of these strings, and it's Iran. Iran obviously is the main sponsor, funder, equipment provider, trainer of all these terrorist organizations, whether it's Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, cells in the West Bank, militias in Iraq and Syria, and most in the news right now, the Houthis in Yemen as well. We just saw a multi-coalition statement from a number of countries joining the United States today, declaring sort of a final warning to the Houthis: if you keep attacking ships in the Red Sea, we are going to respond in Yemen. That could be the first real front where we see some steps by the Biden administration with some allies to start restoring deterrence against all of these fires that Iran has been setting.
Yeah, you bring up the Houthis. I mean, they're like little pirates. You see them, they get on the boats. They seem like they're almost doing their own thing out there, these rebels. Can Iran calm them down? I mean, do they have like a direct line of communication there? Or are they just out, you know, enacting their own terror, no one's going to control them kind of thing?
Well, these are pirates with anti-ship ballistic missile, cruise missiles, and suicide drones. So a very different pirate class. Obviously, these small boats that we've seen, that's something the U.S. Navy can respond to very quickly. It's a different horse of a different color when you talk about anti-ship missiles being launched and drones being launched from inside Yemen on the ground. And yes, Iran controls the Houthis. They direct the Houthis. It's basically owned and operated at this point by Tehran. All of these missiles and drones were provided by Iran. And so this is Iran's war in each of these theaters. And so if we're going to actually have a policy that makes sense, we can't just sort of fight the Houthis here, fight Hamas here, support Israel fighting Hezbollah here. We have to understand the source of the funding, the weapons, the direction is all from Tehran, and make sure we have an Iran policy that squares with all these other threats as well.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.